Hi guys, how are you guys doing? So this is going to be this is a very serious matter, but it's very hard for me to articulate it. Like I know exactly what's going on. It happened to me in the past. It's happening to many people. However, it's a very hard thing to try to articulate for people to understand. Although I've already spoken about it in my book, this is something that's currently happening a lot recently, and the Lord brought it to my attention last night. Okay, let me tell you guys something about the gifts that you have to dream. The gift itself to dream is from God, and that is a beautiful gift. And having visions and everything like that is beautiful. I want you guys to understand something, that not everybody is as receptive or as sensitive to hear God audibly, and even then, not everyone's as sensitive to hear God audibly every day. There's some people that hear God every day, and there's some people that have all the gifts. As in, if they're not receiving something from God through a dream, they're going to hear Him audibly. If they're not hearing Him audibly, it's through a dream. If it's not through a dream, it's through a vision. Like, there's different ways God will communicate with them in the spirit, or when they're asleep, or when they're awake. But some people, because they may be more receptive in one area but not as receptive in the other, they may only receive their information from a dream or from a vision. They may not hear anything audibly to confirm what they're seeing in a dream or to confirm what they're seeing in a vision. Or they may only have dreams, but they may not have visions, because visions and dreams are not the same. They're completely different. Okay. And the problem is that when some people are only reliant on one way of receiving their information, that way of receiving the information that they're reliant on, that could possibly be tampered with if there is warfare. And then you're not able to hear clearly, or you're not able to see clearly. See, some people, even while they go through warfare, they can still receive their information from God, even if one area of their gift is being manipulated or tainted, right? And let me explain that to you. So if the devil knows that you are a seer and you can see in the spirit, and he is using his device to do black magic on you, to mess with your sleep at night, you may have a very hard time interpreting what you're seeing in the spirit. Not only that, you may have a very hard time receiving the information that is needed because of all the negativity that is going on and all the negativity that's happening, because your dreams are being tainted or your visions are being tainted. See, those who know how to distinguish between spirits will understand, like, okay, my visions are being tainted right now. They're very traumatizing, terrifying, and they're demonic. And I need to go into a fast, or I need to pray. But those who are not discerned, they may not know this. They may be like, I don't even want to go to bed. Going to bed is scary. Da, 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 da. Again, I talked about this in my book, and I used the reference of Job. When Job was going through his torment from Satan, his dreams was tormented, his visions were tormented, all that was tormented. He even said he was afraid to go to bed. He said he does not enjoy sleeping, and he complained to God about that, right? So it's the same thing with many of you guys. When people do black magic on you, I want you to understand something. Even though they may not be able to kill you, and even though they may not be able to block your purpose, what they try to do is block your ability to receive the instructions that are needed for you to get to your purpose, if you get what I'm saying, right? So that is the best way to articulate it. So they will mess with your sleep at night in order for you to not receive the information you need from your dreams from God. Because everybody knows when black magic is involved and something is being done, your dreams are going to be terrifying. Your dreams are going to not make sense. There's going to be a lot of manipulation in the dream state. Your visions are going to be manipulated. There's a lot of nonsense, okay? For those who understand, there's a lot of nonsense when you're going through fighting warfare and when you're fighting off black magic and stuff. And let me tell you something. This is why they do this stuff at night. The enemy will wait until we're sleeping to go in and plant his devices. Okay? And this is true. The point of me saying this to you guys is you have to start praying every day. If you're not already praying every day, prayer should be your thing every day, morning and night. But not only that, you need to start rebuking, denouncing, and canceling things ahead of time before you go to bed. And you say, God, I pray that my visions are not fogged, they're not blocked, my dreams are not fogged, my dreams are not blocked, and anything that comes in the way to try to block me from receiving, seeing, hearing, or understanding what it is you're trying to show me, I cancel, denounce it, and I rebuke it. And you have to do this because let me tell you something. If you're under warfare and you know someone's attacking you with witchcraft, I'm letting you know the dreams are going to be tampered with. Visions are going to be tampered with. Yes, you can still hear God and see certain things from God even while you're fighting this because that happens. You know, God is still going to make sure his way of communication comes through regardless. The thing is, you just have to be able to distinguish what is from God versus what is from the warfare I'm experiencing. What is from God versus what's from the black magic they're doing to me. You have to be able to distinguish, and it can be very confusing at times, and this is why we have to go through training. Okay? Now, the key thing I want to mention last night that God showed me is many of you guys, you are so gifted, extremely gifted. And many of you guys are dreamers or you're seers or you can hear things. And one thing about God is when he blesses you with a gift, and I talked about this in my book, when he blesses you with a gift, he will give you ideas about what to do with that gift in your dreams, in your visions. You may even hear what to do next. For instance, if he wanted you to like open a restaurant, he will start showing you all this in a dream. And it won't be just one dream, it'll be reoccurring. If he wants you to write a book like what I did, he may start showing you the pages of the book, the contents, and all that in your vision. He'll show you the main idea as to what it is he wants you to do. But the most important thing is he will show you how to do it and the steps. For instance, like detail for detail. That's why the Bible says God will establish the footsteps of man. You may plan to do something, but it's God who leads you to it. But let me tell you something. The main prophecy is the category as what he wants you to do. But the important details is what you need to know. As in, if he tells you to open the restaurant, that example that I gave you, he's going to show you the name of the restaurant, what to call it. He's going to show you what city. He's going to show you what town. He is going to show you maybe the face of the person that's going to help you. He may even show you the menu and show you the dishes. So these are details within the prophecy that he is showing you. So you may see the main prophecy, but when he's trying to show you the little details of that prophecy, because there's so much warfare and there's so much black magic going on, you may not be as sensitive and receptive to receive these details because you're having nightmares. Your visions are tainted. You're not able to sleep at night so you can even receive these visions. Like, whatever your main gift is, that is the gift the devil's going to target the most. And that is the gift the devil's going to use his devices to target the most to prevent you from receiving the details of the prophecy. So you receive the main prophecy, but the details are what you receive along the way towards the prophecy. So if you're not fasting and you're not praying and you're not denouncing and you're not rebuking, in a way, kind of like feeding into the delays, right? But let me tell you something. If you're under warfare and there's black magic being done and these practitioners are tormenting you at night and they're doing a witchcraft at night and they're doing it to make your sleep uncomfortable to where you have to keep waking up out of your sleep to pray it away and you're being interrupted while you're trying to receive these messages because of the black magic and the fog and the witchcraft, how are you going to receive the instructions clearly and properly if this keeps happening? And here's the thing. This is why you have to denounce, rebuke, and cancel every time something happens. Even when you wake up in the morning and you don't even know if you had a bad dream, you don't even know something happened in the spirit, you say, God, if there's any doors that were open in the spirit last night that I'm not aware of, that my children are not aware of if you have children, that my husband's not aware of, that my wife's not aware of, I cancel, close these doors that are not of you. That's what you have to say every morning in your prayer. So you're not coming into agreement with these open doors because they're very sneaky and they know how to trick you into coming into agreement. And if you don't remember something, you may come into agreement without remembering until you rebuke, denounce, and cancel it. And the reason why God allows this is because we have to be trained. In order to receive the wisdom, we have to experience things. In order for us to be equipped, we have to go through training, right? But a lot of these people that do this stuff, they try to block you guys from receiving the information, the steps as to what's next. So you have to make sure that you are protecting your visions, your dreams, your ability to hear. You're protecting all this with prayer before you go to bed and when you wake up. So you're not missing any instructions or assignments, and you're not missing the steps on how to get to where you need to get to. Okay, so I want to confirm this to you guys. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.